Hello, I'm Christina. Welcome and welcome back if you've been here before. It's so good to have you. Tonight we are doing a reading for those of you that are in no contact with someone. And I just want to check in with them. What is it that they're learning? Why are you not in contact? What is happening behind the scenes? What do you need to, maybe what you both need to heal through? What you're learning from this connection, all those things. Okay, let's dive in. We have some healing cards and a tarot deck. I just got like weird equilibrium imbalance, which is interesting because I know that happened with me and my twin flame. Interesting. Okay, so this may be a twin flame connection. That probably sounds weird. I'll explain that story another time. All right, so let's dive in. All right, so what's going on with them? Let's check in with your person's energy. Okay. So they wish they could be an emperor. Your emperor. It was in reverse. So there may be some arrogance, maybe some control issues within your connection. Maybe that's why it had to end or pause. So what are they going through right now? The number 4 may be significant to you. All right, so wow, they're not there. Ooh, they're a little lost. They are feeling lost. We have the Moon and the 7 of Cups. It's like they have tons of options, but don't want any of them. Or they feel like they don't have any options. They are unclear as to where to go from here. It's interesting. Normally, I don't see this in this card, but I feel like this childlike energy. It's like you triggered things in them that made them feel like a child, and not in like a stop treating me like a kid, but like wounds from their childhood, like that made them feel like when they were alone, like, wow, my heart hurts. Like, I don't want to talk about this. I want to be alone. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to deal with this and navigate this. And they didn't know how to express that to you. So they may have been explosive or kind of combative, fighting back because they haven't healed through that stuff, and so they're not in a mature place to communicate clearly. Interesting. Okay, what else? The number 18 may be significant. What else? Okay, so they do see you as someone that they could have seen their life with. Like you may have talked about marriage. Maybe you were married. It was like you started, like if you were dating or married or in a relationship with this person, there was a time where it was great. There was so much love here. This feels like so much love in this connection, but it doesn't feel the healthiest, right? So if there was combativeness or aggression or anything like that, but they wanted to build a foundation with you. So what happened? Like I mean, I already can feel like unhealed traumas, but like, what happened? What happened within this connection? What happened with your person? Okay, your success may have actually intimidated them. Your passions and the fact that you're a very vibrant, loving, bright person, your light may have triggered them. They may have felt very not good enough for you, and they never had to express that. But if they were feeling that, and again, like didn't know how to express it, it's going to show up in not so great ways. So if they were feeling jealousy or envy or like wishing they could be as free as you are or love as hard and they couldn't, they may have tried to pull you down and like tame your bright light and energy. And that would have felt to you not good, right? For lack of a better phrase, like someone trying to dim your light doesn't feel good, but it was coming from a place of insecurity. That does not make it okay, but maybe it helps us understand a little bit kind of where they're coming from. Okay, so what's the Hanged Man? Why is the Hanged Man here? Is this what they're going through now? Let's see. Hanged Man. Why is the Hanged Man here? Hang on, I'm dropping all the cards. Okay, so you're someone who like your spirituality and your intuition, so we have the Hanged Man, but your intuition probably caught them off guard. Like if they were like, yeah, I'm fine. And you're like, no, you're not. What's wrong? Or like, you're off right now. That could have felt like an attack, because in their past, they were so used to putting up their walls and no one bothered to check in. But you saw them clearly. And so, but you saw the real them. I don't think they showed themselves to the world, the real them, because I think it went back to that like little boy, little girl, little child energy of like, I'm not good enough. So I have to kind of put on a front and like fake it till I make it and fake this confidence. And it wasn't authentic. It's like when they were out in public, they were like this bolsterous, is that the word? Like boisterous, vibrant, like confident person, but they really did not feel that way. And so anyone around them that was actually confident within themselves was threatening. And they didn't like being around those types of people. Okay, so we also have the Knight of Pentacles. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? What are they going through with the Knight of Pentacles? Okay, they feel a bit stuck right now in their lives. Although you brought out some triggers in them, and remember, triggers are theirs. Like they already had them within them. It's unhealed stuff within them. So it wasn't like your fault if you made them feel a certain way just by being you, right? But at the same time, they felt like they had direction when you were together or when you were in each other's lives. And now they kind of feel like they're at a standstill. Oops, what else? Oh, okay, interesting. What else? They don't know their purpose. But this feels like someone who needs a purpose. This feels like someone who wishes they had purpose. It's like you had purpose and they didn't, or they felt like they didn't. And so again, they didn't feel like enough for you. And so tried to bring you down. My heart hurts for them. Because of course it comes from our traumas and our triggers and the way we show up, like it comes from an innocent place. If you get to the root of it, again, doesn't make it okay if you're showing up in a not great way. But it just, at least for me, it helps to understand. And then you can say, oh, okay, that's what was going on. I'm still going to step back, but like, I understand now. You kind of can have some more empathy and compassion for their situation. They wanted purpose. They needed it. And generally speaking, so this, take this as it resonates, but generally speaking, male versus female, our brains are different. We have the white matter and the gray matter is actually different in a man and a woman's brain. And so if this was a man, purpose is actually something that is very important to them, generally speaking. So if this was a man, that would make sense. I think we all kind of want to find our path and purpose though. So there's that. Okay. So yeah, so without you right now, they're sort of feeling, it's hard to find the good. It's hard to find the good. It's like they loved you so much. They didn't want to lose you. So they tried to tear you down because you were this light soaring off. You could have done anything. You would have left them. Like that's what they're thinking, right? Like you're too good for me. Like I need to keep you here. I need to chain you down, which just made you want to break free. It's like you're trying to cage a bird. They were trying to cage you. Your free spirit, your beautiful soul. And that did the opposite, right? That didn't feel good for you. So there was a lot of conflict there. And so they didn't, right now, it's hard to find like the light right now. They're not seeing the positive in their life right now, even if there is a bunch of positive stuff. It's like, they just want another chance. But they're never going to say that. This person doesn't feel like they're ready to say that. They feel like they're stuck in their thoughts of like, it almost feels like you're, they're like arrogance. It's like, oh, I'm not good enough for you? Fine, I don't need you, even though they're really hurting. Okay. Okay, let's do one more. One more. What else? What else are they going through right now? Okay, well, they're lacking clarity and they do not feel strong. They're a bit lost. they're a bit lost. They replay things in their head over and over again. How could that have gone differently? What could I have done? They're blaming themselves, but they're never going to say that to you. They know they messed up, but they're never going to say that to you. Maybe one day, right? But like right now in this energy, they're not going to say that to you. They're not going to reach out and be like, you know what, it was all me. You know, that's not going to happen. Okay, interesting. So let's see what they're working through. Or what do they need to work through? I'm not sure they're aware they need to work through things. So let's see what's going on. I'm actually going to switch decks for this. Let's go to a healing deck. What do they need to heal through? What are the things that are coming up? All of these traumas that we're kind of discovering right now, like what do they need to heal through? And triggers are beautiful because it's just something that hasn't yet been healed within you. And so if you get triggered, notice it and just say, oh, there's a part of me that wants to be seen right now. I should heal through that. All right, so what is your person healing through? What do they need to heal through? I'm going to pull a few. 24, 1, or 16 may, be significant to you. Oh my God, this is so interesting. I love this. I'll show you all of these, I promise. Let's do one more. Yeah, and there it goes. Oh, wow. Ooh, this is like a story right now. Whoop. Sorry, my cats are wreaking havoc on the house. Okay. So first off, access clear thinking. And with this like ball of yarn is going through this doorway, down through this maze, and it leads back to you. So they are not thinking clearly because they're thinking of you. They're not thinking of them. They're like, you did this wrong. You messed this up. This is all your fault. Instead of saying, okay, what part did I play in the ending of this relationship? So they need to face themselves. They need to take a real look in the mirror and heal through and take responsibility for their actions, for their words, for how they were showing up. Recognize those traumas that they haven't healed through, because you can't heal through those things for them. That's completely up to them. Recognize divine timing. So this is about taking a leap of faith and trusting. This person's blindfolded, trusting that you're going to have the wings to fly on the way down or the way across this scary leap, which is vulnerability. Like, it's so hard for this person to say, I was wrong, or I need help, or I'm hurting. They don't know how to say these things or communicate these things with anyone. And they really need to be able to do that. So I love when these cards come out together. It's a no, and it's a yes. I'm sorry for the glare. So it's a yes. We'll talk about both of these. This is telling them it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be yourself and take that mask off. Can you see that? There's a mask and it's falling off and the dress is like falling apart as they're flying through the air. Trusting, taking that big leap to being themselves and being okay with that. I think for so long they have lived wearing that mask. They don't know how to do anything different. They feel so conflicted within themselves, but they can't quite face the true reasons why. And it's because they're not living authentically. They're not actually showing up as the person they want to show up as. And so it's like rubbing against their triggers because a part of them is like, let me out. I just want to be myself. And so they're hiding. But then it's a no. This person is, you can't quite see it, but it's like they're sitting on this post, water all around them. They can't go anywhere. This is them turning away, shying away from expressing themselves. Actually, there's a great, let me read you a little bit on this one. Are you resisting or sabotaging a great opportunity? Say yes to yourself and take time out to do loving, nurturing things for you. Oh, can you see it better now that that light went out? And then oh my God, that wasn't even the right card. That was this. It's a no. I was like, something's off. It's time to stop forcing things to happen. It feels like they're forcing who they are. What else does it say? Whatever you're trying to create right now, the timing is off. If you're hitting roadblocks, you're focusing on the wrong thing, or the person you're trying to create with is either not ready or unsuitable. But it almost feels like themselves, like you're trying to create a life with the wrong person. Yourself is not the right person. You need to be your true self before you can move into your next chapter. Does that make sense? In my head, it made sense. I'm sorry if that was confusing. Basically, they need to take off the mask, take a leap of faith, be themselves, and then be vulnerable. Recognize what they need and focus on themselves instead of blaming other people. And then they have experience rebirth. This card, I'm not surprised, came up in this reading because this child is actually one child, even though it looks like two, because they grew up in a way that they wanted to be this kid, and they maybe have been forced to be this kid. So their upbringing, it's like, maybe they were like free and wild, and their parents were like, you can't behave like that. Stop. And so they just learned over time that being themselves, like exactly who they are, wasn't acceptable or appropriate. Maybe they had emotions. Maybe they were crying and their parents were like, stop crying. Like, big kids don't cry. And so now it's so hard for them to be vulnerable. And that just shows up in combative aggression and negativity and blaming other people and the inability to take responsibility for their actions. If you don't have a safe space to be honest and make mistakes, like as a child even, then you'll start covering that up, your mistakes up, and you'll start lying to yourself. So then you start lying to everyone else. And then they've lived that way for so long that they don't know how to undo it. They don't know how to heal through that. It doesn't feel like they're ready to heal. They're not ready to face themselves. It's hard to face yourself and be really honest about the mistakes you've made. And again, if that was their upbringing, they're not allowed to make mistakes. So why would they admit to themselves that they're making mistakes, right? That's so hard. Okay, they have a lot to work through. They have a lot to heal through. What about you? What about you? Because we all have things to heal through. And you're the one watching this reading. So let's see what you can heal through right now. What is it that you need to heal through right now? What do you, my beautiful viewer, need to heal through right now? Okay, I saw break addiction as I was shuffling, which is like, are you obsessing over this person? It could be a literal addiction too. So if there's something that you want to break, that could be something to focus on. Okay, but let's see what your cards are. What can you heal through? Wow, okay. Break addiction came out. Oh, look, this person so badly wants to be this phoenix and fly out of this window, but you're keeping yourself stuck. The number 5 may be significant. What's in her hair? I can't really tell, just kind of, I don't know. But there's a part of you that's also struggling to be who you are or to be reborn after this heartbreak. Love your body. Okay, I have to cover up the body parts here. Maybe I have to cover up that too. You can't really see the card now, can you? I'll just cover from this side. Okay, love your body. So your own personal insecurities are holding you back in some way. I wonder what the book says on this one, because that doesn't necessarily feel like what this is about. Maybe, but how does that... Okay, create new perceptions about yourself. Okay, here we go. Any consciously or unconsciously harbored feelings repulsion, rejection, frustration, anger, guilt will start to weaken various parts of your body. So you're being asked to tune in and work on creating a healthy inner environment. So all of the anger you have toward this person, all of the sadness you have through this person, you can't hold that in. You can't harbor that in. You have to love your body, because your body will be the thing that starts breaking down if you hold in all of your emotions. Wow, that's so interesting. And you also have access clear thinking. Remember, you're tied to them. How can you wrap this yarn ball back up and focus on you and love yourself and heal through these things? How can you do that? Find a way. You have to find a way. And then your other card was unlock your heart. You may be afraid to love again. It may feel like this person has your heart, or stole the key, and you can't unlock it. There's also something in this card about it feels childlike in a fun way, like a big giant rocking horse almost. Can you be creative? Can you reconnect to what you loved to do when you were younger? That can be a beautiful way to heal, actually. Maybe putting it into art, painting, drawing, being outside. Let's do one more card for you. One more card. What else do you need to heal? Learn from karma. Okay, if you've had repeated lessons, repeated things happen over and over and over again, like you date the same kind of person or the same patterns show up in your life, it's time that you learn those lessons, or they will keep showing up. Do you keep taking this person back over and over and over again? How can you learn? How can you learn and move forward from this? Move forward from this. Okay, my last question with a different deck is, if you heal, if you choose to do the work to heal through this, let this, all this emotion, this pain, this anger go, if you actually do that healing work, which is so hard, I know, what could your future look like? Oh, I like that. What could your future look like if you choose to heal through this? Okay. Let's do two more. Love that. Love that for you. One more. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, so if you choose to heal through this, do that work, really, really, really just love on yourself so much that you choose to heal through the past. First of all, you do have a reminder that this is happening for a reason, if you did need that reminder. All of this was meant to happen. Understand that and trust that. Because on your life path, on this journey of who you're meant to become and who you're meant to be and what you're meant to do in this lifetime, if you choose to heal through those things, you will then be propelled forward on your trajectory of who you're supposed to be. And that next chapter will become aligned and it will feel easy. That's amazing. Christ consciousness is all about the heart and the mind balancing. You're moving out of your head and overthinking, you'll stop overthinking and cycling through this and spiraling in the same negative emotions, and you'll move into your heart. That's where healing happens, and that's where you can trust your intuition and start to listen to yourself to then know what to do next. Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. I've always loved this card. It's so beautiful. Look at the power this person is radiating. This will be you if you choose to do the healing work. Worth it. Worth it. Things will just come to you. You'll just be receiving all the things. Abundance, love, whatever you want. If you are aligned with that positive path forward. And last but not least, ascension. I think it's time. I think it's time for you to be who you're meant to be. I swear her eye just literally glistened. It's almost like your gifts and that light we talked about, like get that light back, who you are. It's like your gifts were suffocated because of this person. Who you are was suffocated because of this person. And this is your reminder that you can get that back. It's your responsibility to the planet to get that back and heal through this stuff. I'm excited for your potential next chapter. The numbers 18, 9, 14, and 20, or 2 may mean something to you. I love you so much. I'm sending you so much love. Oh, and 27. I hope this helped in some way, either just to understand your person or to kind of remind you it's time to ascend. I'm over here like, cheers to you. Have a great night.